Hello everyone! As you can see, my face kind of still have those red rashes around my eyes because I have been having this allergic reaction for the past 2 weeks. But anyway, that's not what this video is about. This video is about me just coming home because I just got fired from my job because I am too unhealthy and therefore I cannot be an employee of my previous workplace, and this is the story. So what happened was I was having a panic attack today at work, and then my boss came and he saw me and he fired me, and that is the end of the story. That's pretty much it. He said the words, and I quote, "If she can't, we're going to have to put an ad out for someone who can," as he looked at the receptionist. So the culmination of this event is personally all me. I don't even know where to start with the story because it's a really long-winded one, but whatever, okay? This is just going to be a long-winded video, so let's start from the beginning. For those of you who have not followed me from the very beginning of my YouTube, I created this YouTube channel because I was really sick and I had nothing better to do with my life because I was unemployed and couldn't work due to being sick. I have mentioned this a couple of times, maybe not, I don't know. But I have PTSD. What that stands for is post-traumatic stress disorder. Now, a lot of people say that they have PTSD, and I'm not saying that they don't, but a lot of people don't get properly diagnosed with PTSD and instead use Tumblr to diagnose their PTSD. And so I feel like in a way that makes people who genuinely have PTSD look really bad and stupid because everybody's like, I have PTSD, Tumblr told me so. And it's just annoying, but I digress. That's just another subject for another time. But I have been formally diagnosed with PTSD about, I would say, like 6 years ago. And so basically, one of my triggers, is that even the word? I hate using the word trigger. Like, it's just because of Tumblr. So I don't like using certain words. But basically one of my triggers is like strangers that I don't know, like touching me, especially like male strangers. And I don't care who it is. If you're a stranger and you're like in my personal space, I do start to like panic because it's a panic response. And obviously, like, I know not everybody's out to murder me, but that's just what happens in my brain, in my body. And that's just how it is. Now, I don't really have a lot of problems with this in this present day because I have a team of doctors, of medical staff, which have been with me since the beginning because I had to like redo my medical stuff at that point, and insurance and Obamacare and all these things. And so I'm familiar with them, they're familiar with me, they know my case, so we don't really have a problem. However, as of late, I have made videos of what's been going on with me about like my vision and my balance and all that stuff, and now I have like this crazy rash. And so I've needed to see specialists. And I also have like derm and allergy issues. Anyway, I need to see specialists, and specialists are people that I don't know because they are not a part of my current medical team, which I am familiar with. So going to them gives me great anxiety, and then I end up being at their office and I'm trying to explain that I have PTSD and these are the triggers, one of them being them, and then I end up having a panic attack, and that's just the story over and over and over and over again. And of course with medical things, you know, it's not like a one and done kind of thing. They have to be like, oh, is it this? Is it this? Is it this? Is it this? Let's test for this. Let's test for this. And then you become like a stupid, terrible guinea pig, which is the worst thing about going to the doctor, which is why I hate going to the doctor. Because I am not a guinea pig, and you are not allowed to test the scientific method on me, okay? Or you're not allowed to use it on me, okay? So the scientific method is meant for like elementary school through high school when you're learning science, not applicable in the real world when you're like doing it on people. Anyway, so basically I'm going to doctor after doctor after doctor, after appointment after appointment after appointment, and one of the things that I have to do in the very, very end, which I'm not doing right now, is to get an MRI of my brain And this scares me a lot because the doctor wants me to get it with contrast rather than without contrast, and the fact that they're putting a needle in me and then putting a substance in my body really freaks me out. But that's not even here yet. We're not gonna get there yet. So right now I'm just going to doctor after doctor after doctor, and because it's one of my triggers, I'm always panicking at the doctor, and then because I have to constantly go, I'm like constantly in a state of anxiety because after one doctor's appointment, I know I have to go to another one like next week. So I'm just like always anxious because I know like the days are counting down to the next time I have to go and go through that whole panicky thing again. So people say that exposure therapy works. It's not working, okay? Exposure therapy is not working for me. I still have the same reaction every single time. So, basically I've just been in a state of like, ugh, like all the time for about the past 2 months. And the one bad thing about this is right now, like I have high blood pressure. And I was gonna make a video about that, so that's gonna be separate. But I have high blood pressure. It's higher than I would like it to be. Like if I have like elevated blood pressure, that'd be like, oh, okay, whatever, sure. But it's like hypertension stage 2 blood pressure, and I don't like it because it's my baseline. So not only do I have high blood pressure generally, when I'm feeling anxious, like when you feel anxious, your body's just like, ugh, and it's always a little bit higher. And when you're panicking, it gets higher. So at this point, when I have panic attacks, it goes from like hypertension stage 2 to like crisis level, which is hypertension stage 3, and that's like heart attack and stroke zone. And because I already have high blood pressure, and now my blood pressure is elevated because I'm anxious all the time, and now it's even more elevated because I'm having panic attacks all the time. I'm constantly in like the heart attack and stroke zone, which is like not good to be in all the time. So basically this morning, so today at work I was having a panic attack, my first one at work ever at this particular location, which I've been working at for a while. So I was not able to start working because when you have a panic attack, everybody's different, but my head goes numb, my arms go numb, and my legs go numb. And obviously, since I'm a hairstylist, I work with my hands. I can't work if I can't feel my hands. I can't stand if I can't feel my legs. And they try to get me to stand up, the receptionist and stylist. When I was having a panic attack, didn't work. So my boss comes down and he's just like, what's going on here? Why is everybody downstairs? Enough with the tears. I need you guys all upstairs. So they left me and I'm just there having a panic attack. It's cool. I have 7 years of experience with this. And so later he comes down, he's like, is everything okay? What's wrong? And I'm just like, nothing, because I don't want to explain to him what's going on, because that means I'm gonna have another panic attack. And he's just like, you call out every single week. And I was just like, okay, like, first of all, I was in no state to actually argue with him. And second of all, I don't call out every week. I actually have my phone here because when I do call out, I will email the front desk and let them know that I'm not coming. So I'm just gonna go through the emails and see how often I call out. Okay, so the last time I called out was, today is June 7th. The last time I called out was May 31st because I stepped in a pothole and I sprained my ankle. So I couldn't go to work because I couldn't stand on my ankle. The time before that was April 18th. So I don't know about you, but May 31st and April 18th are not a week apart. The time before that was last December 20th. So listen, May 31st, April 18th, December 20th, that's totally every week. Totally. Should I go back? Let me see. All right, I'm at May right now of last year, and I haven't called out. Okay, and at this point, I wasn't even working there yet. So I have called out 3 times in the entire time that I've been working there, and he says that I call it every week, which is not true. And I was just like, you know, I was still having a panic attack, so I was like this on the table, and I was like, you know, I didn't want to bring it up to you because, like, I know you need an employee to work, but I'm having a lot of problems right now, and I just can't. And then so at this point, the receptionist is also downstairs seeing if I'm okay, and then he was like, well, if she can't, we're just gonna have to put an ad out for someone who can, and then he just walked away. So basically, he fired me. And you know, the really nice thing to do would have been to be like, hey, do you want me to work the rest of the day? But like, that was a total dick move, and it was very disrespectful, so I just left. So that's it. I mean, I technically didn't quit, and he technically fired me because he told me to my face and to the receptionist to look for somebody else to replace me. So there's that. But yes, I work in New York City, and New York is an at-will employment state. That doesn't make any sense, but that means that people can fire you no matter what. If they like don't like the way that your hair looks that day, they can fire you. They can fire you for whatever stupid reason they feel like firing you for, and there's really nothing that you can do about it except for find another job. But I do think that it is unfair that they did that to me, because I have done nothing but try my best, and I haven't called out every week, as you can see. And it's just like, what? But at the same time, this is New York City. This is a very cutthroat world, city, industry that I live in. That made no sense. But this is what it is. So he did fire me because I'm too unhealthy, and I leave work every week because there's always something. That's actually a direct quote from my boss. As you can see, I do have this rash on my face, but guess what? I went to work like this anyway. And also my coworkers from my other jobs know that I am not a person who calls out of work unless there's something really, really wrong with me and I cannot physically make it. I have gone to work with pneumonia, so like, I will go to work no matter what. But this is pretty much the story of me being fired. So as of today, I am unemployed for the summer. And I don't know what I'm gonna do yet, but I just feel like I need to do all the things because now I have all of this free time, and it's like the beginning of summer. It's June, so I have like July and August, and then September is sort of summer. But I just feel like I need to do all the things because I haven't done anything fun for the past, well, not really. I did some fun things last summer, so whatever, for the past year. So I feel like I just need to catch up. But so so this is pretty much the end of my video of my story of me being fired today. So hope you guys enjoyed that. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!